How do I view failure in a positive way? Well, I love what my daughter said to our dental hygienist when she was about 4 years old. She was sitting there in the chair, and then randomly, she looks up at the dental hygienist and she just tells her, she says, "I see my problems as inspirations." And I tell you, from a little girl, it was so profound. And it's true. You cannot let your problems weigh you down. You cannot let them keep you down. Yes, they're frustrating. Yes, it's sometimes life kicks you in the butt. But just because you fail does not make you a failure. You have to pick yourself up, learn something while you're down there, and continue moving forward. And that's what I've done my entire life. I fell, and I fell a lot. But I learned something, and I don't make the same mistake twice. I continue moving forward, and that's how I overcome. How do I maintain a growth mindset during tough times? I tell you, most of the time when the rest of the country or the rest of the economy seems to be in a recession or a depression or whatever, I see it as an opportunity. Because I know that a lot of my competition is probably not going to make it through. And those that do make it through these tough times and come out on the other side are going to be stronger for it. Because what happens, and it happens every time we go through 2008, when we went through a bad recession, my company doubled in size. During COVID, when we went through massive, the world was falling apart, my company grew by 900%. We continue to grow and grow and grow because I don't let it weigh me down. I don't let the world dictate what I'm going to do with my life. And I continue to press forward and double down, so to speak. I put more money into marketing. I start hiring more people because as my competition fails and they shut their doors, well, what does that do? That leaves me more employees to be able to hire, and all of that clientele is now on the open market. And there's only so many companies that are left in my area that are going to be able to service them. And guess who's there to pick up the pieces and save the day? It's my company. How do I deal with change and how do I grow from change? I tell you, change is never comfortable. Change is not always fun. As a matter of fact, I had the same exact conversation with one of my conquerors the other day, that I attribute change to like what my kids are going through right now. My kids are young, and there's many times at night they wake up and they're crying because their bones are growing. And it's stretching and things are happening inside their body, and it's painful. But it's a good pain. It's a helpful pain. And it's a necessary pain. Because if they didn't go through those changes, if their bones didn't grow, then you know what? They'd be their size forever. And that's what happens in business, is our business goes through change. And yeah, it's uncomfortable. Yeah, it's painful. Have I shed tears during those times? Absolutely. But I know that change is necessary in order for my company to become more stable and to become a better company in the long run. So many people in business are playing checkers. They're in it to make a quick buck and get out. And I'm not in it to make a quick buck. I'm in it for the long haul. That's why I play chess and not checkers, because I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it to sustain and to leave a legacy behind. How do I maintain steady, stable growth in my business? Advertise, advertise, advertise. We don't ever stop advertising. Even whenever we are at capacity, we are still advertising. Because at the point that we are able to take on more business or more clients, we need people to know about us. And several years ago, about 6.5 years ago, I completely started my business over. I left another multi-million-dollar company and I walked away. And when I left that company and I started over, I had a couple of goals. One, I immediately needed to replace my income because I took a massive pay cut. But I wanted to become a household name in my market. And I tell people that I forced my way into the market. They say on average, a business takes 7 points of contact before somebody will decide to call you for your services. Now that may be, they see your advertisement on Facebook, they get a flyer on their door, they see one of your trucks, they go to your website, they see another one of your trucks, or they see a guy in the supermarket and has one of your t-shirts on, or there's 7 points of contact about your business before they decide to reach out and to call you. Well, what I did is I reached out and I kind of did the spaghetti thing as I threw it against the wall to see what would stick. But I did everything. I did a lot of guerrilla marketing. I got out there. I was knocking doors. I was putting out flyers. I was talking to people. I was doing tons and tons of Facebook content and putting out videos, and any way and every way possible that we could get our name out there, that's what I did. And so we continue to put our name out into the market with everything, every way possible. We changed our branding, and all our trucks are lime green now. And we stick out because I wanted people to notice us. And that has been probably the single biggest way that we have been able to maintain stable growth, is that we are constantly in front of people. Every time they turn around. I had a friend of mine who was out, she was doing Meals on Wheels and delivering meals to people. And she was counting how many times they saw one of our trucks. And if we had a white pickup, like every other contractor out on the market, she would have never noticed us. But she saw nine of our trucks in one day when she was out there. That's how much our vehicles stick out. You can see us from literally a mile away. And I want to stick out. I want to be in front of your face so that when your current service provider fails you, and they will, or when they stop showing up, whenever they frustrate you, whenever you get mad at them, I want you to remember the guy who drives the green trucks, and you give us a call. We're going to be your first call because we're constantly in front of your face.